Hey, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. And if it's Sunday to you, it's Friday to me. Cue the choir singing hallelujah. Now, before I get into the guts of this video, I saw something in the news or on my news feed that pissed me off. There's this woman, I don't remember where it was, but she got her PhD, and her name is Marijuana Pepsi. That's right, not Dr. Pepper, we now have Dr. Pepsi. This woman's legal name is Marijuana Pepsi. Now, aside from the fact that somebody named this poor baby at the time when she was born, not to mention the fact that someone let her mother leave the hospital with her legal name being Marijuana Pepsi, this article was about her getting her PhD despite her name and people making fun of her. It said despite criticism of her name, she got her PhD. What? And she's talking about how, all my white teachers, they didn't understand my name and they would look at me funny, and in a condescending tone they would ask, who named you that? But the black people were more accepting of her name because it was more cultural. You know, white people don't get black names. You know what? I'd love to see what her husband looks like. Because I think her full name was Marijuana Pepsi Van Dyke. So I'd like to see what her husband looks like. Because, you know, we got a rash of these motherfuckers talking about how evil white people are, but they're married to a white person. Anybody remember Donna Lamone, that greasy-lipped bitch on CNN, talking about how white men are #1 terrorists in America, and he's married to a white man? So I'd like to see this woman's husband, see what he looks like. But the whole article is about her bashing white people on how they just didn't understand her black name. First of all, you formerly educated dumb bitch, that's not a black name. There aren't any black names. We all pull from the same pool of names. There are ghetto names. Because if you name your kid Marijuana Pepsi, you're fucking ghetto. If you name your kid Dequarius, that's a fucking ghetto name, and you're setting your kid up. You're setting them up to have them put their application on somebody's desk and somebody to look at that shit and go, no. Now, you can say what you want. You can say that people need to do this and don't judge, blah, blah, blah. Our society, our nature is built on judgment. And the chances are, if you put a name like that on an application, you might have a fucking problem. This bitch's name is Marijuana Pepsi, but it's white people that just don't get it. Let me give you a guarantee. Like homeboy George Zimmerman, not that one, but who owns the Men's Warehouse. He says you're gonna like my suits. I guarantee it. So I guarantee you this, Marijuana, there were some black people looking at your name going, what the fuck is this? And I didn't hear any mention of her father in the article. There you go. Marijuana Pep. Anywho, this is what this video is really supposed to be about. So Trump is putting a pause. He's hitting the pause button on these nationwide illegal ICE baby raids. There are more than 2,000 people who have had more than one deportation notice. It's time to go. So these raids were supposed to start today. But on Friday, he got a phone call from Nancy Pelosi. He got a call from David Lopan. I guess she has a phone in her cave where she hangs upside down, cocooned in her demon wings. So she calls Trump and, hey, can we not do this? It's not right to rip apart these families. Bitch, nobody's ripping these families apart but the parents who brought their family here. You knew better. And I'll say it again. Where is the sympathy for the American children who are ripped from their parents' arms when their parents go to jail? These illegals are going to jail. So where's the sympathy for the American kids when their parents go to jail? Oh, let me check. Nope. My sympathy bucket's all empty for you American little shits. But it's overflowing for these illegals. And then, of course, you have Newsom, Breed, and Schaaf, the governor of California, the mayor of San Francisco, and the mayor of Oakland, the three bitches of the Bay. Well, they came out opening their disgusting mouths, their cock holsters, and were blasting the president. Newsom was saying how this is wrong and immoral and it's unconscionable. Immoral? Like when you fucked your best friend's wife? Sit your ass down. Sit your ass down in that overpriced suit and your slick back weasel fucking drug dealing looking haircut from the 80s and keep your mouth shut. Mayor London Breed, who when she took control of San Francisco said in 3 months we're going to see considerable changes. Well, bitch, you were right. Because we saw more shit on the streets and more people leaving your city because they can't afford it. More illegals being allowed to vote in school board elections. Nothing important. Just shaping our fucking schools, right? Then you have Libby Schaaf, the mayor of Oakland, talking about don't worry, immigrants in our communities, you are respected and you are wanted and you're appreciated and this is a sanctuary city and we're going to protect you and blah, blah, fucking blah. Well, Libby, I did some looking. And Oakland, Oakland is, hold on, turn on that defrost. Oakland is number 13 as the most dangerous city in America. You're top 15 of the most dangerous cities in America, but you're worried about some illegals, people who aren't supposed to be here. People have been told repeatedly, you need to show up to court for your case or you're going to be deported. Repeatedly they said, fuck you, U.S. government. I can do what I want because I have idiots like Libby Schaaf giving me a safe haven. San Francisco, number 1 in property crimes in the country. You have a 1 in 15 chance of being a victim of a crime in San Francisco. But you're worried about some people who shouldn't be here, who have repeatedly broken the law. You want to keep them here and keep them safe so you can flip the bird to the administration and us who voted for it. Gavin Newsom, we're in the bottom 10 of education across the board. We already know about California's homeless, high taxes. Gavin Newsom wants to tax drinking water and text messages. Yes, we already pay for text messages, but let's pile on some more. He wants to give insurance to illegals up to age 26. But you're worried about some people who shouldn't be here. What about the people who should be? What about the residents of California? What about us? You're so fucking concerned with people who are making our lives miserable. You don't give a shit about us. Well, what do you mean miserable, Jericho? They're just coming here for a better life. Bullshit. That's some more bullshit that Pelosi said too, that these are hard-working people and they just came here to work. That's it. Why you gotta fuck with them? Because they're not all coming here to work. That is a fucking lie. Illegals can't get on welfare. Bullshit. We'll take a little field trip right now. I'll take you to a free dental clinic. What, a quarter, maybe a half mile from my house? I'll take you there. I see them lined up all the time. I see the little Metro PCS table set up outside to give them free phones. I can take you to the county services office where they're lined up outside. One standing next to them, one in the stroller, and one in the oven. Come on. Who's paying for this shit? Don't tell me they don't get welfare. There's more to welfare than food stamps or an EBT card. Don't be naive. Steady fucking us. Steady fucking us. Steady taking out of our mouths and our families' mouths to give to them. Well, Trump said, you know what? You got 2 weeks or the raids are going to go on as planned. See, that you idiots don't understand. This is what Trump does. This is part of his plan, and it works to perfection. He's going to do something. All the liberals and Democrats, no. You can't do that. Okay, fine. You come up with a way that I should do it, and if it makes sense and it's feasible, we'll do that. What do? They'll come up with shit, because they never have. And Pelosi, she dusted off that old term we've been hearing since Bush. We need to come up with comprehensive immigration reform. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me say it in her real voice. We need to come up with comprehensive immigration reform. That's her real voice. We hear her human voice a lot, but that's her real voice when she gets home and peels off her human skin. So the ball's in your court. Trump has passed you the ball. Hopefully you can catch it in your gnarled, liver-spotted demon hands. So you don't like it his way? Come up with the better way. You got 2 weeks. We're rounding these motherfuckers up and kicking them out of the country, whether they have families and children or not. Because you don't give a shit when it happens to American kids. How many times you watch an episode of Cops, they show up to some dingy shithole where dad's beating up on mom, they gotta arrest them. The kids are left there. I don't see any of you Democrats protesting outside of their house. Keep the families together. We gotta keep the families together in these American neighborhoods. They don't give a fuck. It's always keep the families together at the border, huh? It's all about the illegal, because that's their voting block. Hello, McFly. Hello, you dumb blue-collar, white-collar, working piece of American shit. They don't care about us anymore. They've drained us for all the resources they possibly can. They can't depend on our vote anymore. There's too many ways to get truth out here. We're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe like we used to. So who will fall for that banana in the tailpipe? Who is going to fall for this free shit? Illegals. But another reason it's smart on Trump's part is because it puts pressure on them to fix the problem at the border where all of these motherfuckers are coming from. And not just Mexican, South American. You got a bunch of Africans, Chinese, all these fools coming through there. Round them all up and send them all back. I don't give a fuck where you come from. Fuck you South American countries. Fuck you Africa, and fuck you China. You can keep all of your illegal people there. We don't want them. All full. Let's turn off the vacancy sign. We don't have any more room. So Dems, libs, you guys got 2 weeks. This is like one of those bad cop movies. You already wrecked half the city, but I'm going to give you 24 more hours to bring them down. If not, hand in your badge and your gun. So let's see what you turds are going to do. Because if you don't do anything, we're going to start up these raids again. Start kicking in some doors, start grabbing some illegals and getting them up out of here. And there is nothing wrong with that. But you see, my vehicle is stopped. I've arrived at my destination. It is time to get in this rat race. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, utilize the PayPal link, hit that Teespring link to get your green gear. And I do have the hats coming. Scouts honor, all right? I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.